Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh,
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Boss Life Online. I am Gio, and I'm the content creator for Boss Life Online. Today, I'm coming to you with a subject that I have been maybe dealing with for the past couple of weeks, and I had to just go find some information so that I can remember, okay, that sometimes hurt people because they are hurting. And so I want to talk about the traits of it. But before I get into that, I just want to tell you guys that on Boss Life Online on this channel, I upload every week at 11:30 a.m. There will be a video coming from me. And today, the last couple of days, I've been uploading about Temu. Okay, now that is a shopping store, sort of like the Dollar Tree, but it's online. And for those of us that don't have cars or for whatever reason, you don't have transportation, you can get a lot of things on Temu for the same price that you pay at the Dollar Tree or even lesser. Okay. Now, for those that wants to be affiliates, see, that's what attracted to me is the coins, okay? The money, the affiliate program. I just uploaded a video today telling y'all that, it's real. And the first time that I actually promoted it was 3 days ago. And all I did was just put up a post in Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I wasn't for sure what was going to happen, but I made money. It's not a lot of money, but it lets me know that it is real. And Gio is getting ready to promote it like I never promoted nothing else, okay? Along with my home business, because, CTFO is my home business, all right? Also, on Boss Life Online, check out the community tab, okay? And what's coming in the next couple of weeks is the Love Channel Member Show, where I feature our channel members, and then I have their links down below. So make sure that you are checking out the community tab for all my new uploads and for all the images and things that I leave on the community tab for you guys, okay? And I'm going to be doing more of these types of topics because I'm going to turn it into a podcast, okay? So sometimes I'll show my face and sometimes I won't, okay? Just giving y'all, because all of y'all probably is used to seeing my face all the time, but that won't be happening throughout the summer when I do these types of topics, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with the topic. And this is going to be my first podcast topic. And the topic, once again, I'm going to pull up my notes here. Common traits hurt people display in their interactions with others. Those who have been emotionally damaged tend to inflict their hurt and pain on other people. For an example, a large percentage of those who have been sexually abused become the abusers of others. Those who suffered under an alcoholic parent often themselves cause their future family to suffer because of their drunken stupors. Okay? So, these are some of the following traits that hurt people display in their interactions with others. And I took this information from the internet, and I want to share it with you guys because I couldn't get over how come this certain person in my life was acting strange and saying hurtful things and lying to me and just I have no trust anymore for what they say. And so I was talking about it with another good friend of mine who's in recovery. And they said, well, maybe they just a hurt person. And I thought about that. I say maybe so. And so I started to do a lot of research about it. And this is the information that I want to share with you guys because it really helped me see what I needed to see and forgive this person and just move on because that's all you can do. Now, I'm not trying to let this person hurt me all the time. I ain't for that. But I do understand, okay? And I'm not up for no abuse, all right? The following are common traits hurt people display in their interactions with others. Number one, hurt people often transfer inner anger onto their family and close friends. And I tell you, that is so true because that's actually what is happening to me. Often those around them become the recipient of harsh tones and fits of rage because they have unknowingly became the vicarious recipient of transferred rage. Like the rage that they're hollering and all that stuff at me don't even belong to me. It belonged to the person that hurt them. Number two, hurt people interpret every word spoken to them through the prisms of their pain. Okay? Now, this means this because of their pain, ordinary words are often misinterpreted to mean something negative toward them. Therefore, they are extremely sensitive and act out of pain instead of reality. So, when you're dealing with a hurt person, sometimes you just can't uh, you no matter what kind of words you say or anything like that, they still gonna take it the wrong way, and they're gonna even lash out more uh, at you. So that's something that you can't help. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Roxanne 59, welcome in. So let's move on to the next one, which is hurt people interpret every action through the prism of their pain. This means that their emotional pain causes them to suspect wrong motives or evil intent behind other people's actions toward them. So whatever your actions are, they're going, because they're so hurt, they're going to interpret it, like it's evil toward them, and today we're talking about uh common traits hurt people display in the interactions with others. So now we're going to move on to number 4. Hurt people often portray themselves as victims and carry a victim spirit. Often, hurt people can cry racism or sexism, homophobia, or often use the words unjust or unfair to describe the way they are being treated, even if there is no truth to it. And I remember when I was very, very hurt behind my mom passing away, when I read that, when I was looking at this information, I was like, this is so true because I didn't never cry like racism, sexism, and all of that stuff. But I always would say this is just not fair. This is just unfair. That is not to say that sometimes there really is racism or sexism in some instances. This is just used as an example, okay? Hurt people have a hard time entering into a trusting relationship. Hurt people often carry around a suspicious spirit. And that is exactly, I can relate to this. And then the person that's in my life that's raging at me and saying all kind of crazy stuff and what they gonna do and they don't even do it and blah blah blah. They are, because I know their past, and they have not done anything to heal themselves. Now I understand them better, okay? Because hurt people have a hard time entering into a trusting relationship, okay? Next up, yeah, Roxanne is saying that my so-called friend who thinks they know it. Yeah, yes, Roxanne. Okay, let's move on to number 5. Hurt people often alienate others and wonder why no one is there for them. Ooh, Lord have mercy. They often continually hurt the ones they love and need the most with their self-destructive behavior. Child, I can read that 100 times because that is exactly what I am experiencing right now in my life. And and I've done everything I can do. I've been there. I've listened. But they continually hurt the ones they love and need the most with their self-destructive behavior. Hey, Nancy B. the Scratcher. And we're talking about hurt people and some of the traits of hurt people. And I'm on number 5, Nancy. Hurt people often alienate others and wonder why no one is there for them. Okay? They continually to hurt the ones they love and need the most with their self-destructive behavior. So true. Let's move on to number 6. Hurt people have the emotional maturity of the age they received their hurt. And if it's undealt with, if they were, okay, let me just read this part. For example, if a girl was raped by a man when she was 12 years old, unless she forgives that man and allows Jesus to heal her heart or whatever religion that you're in, to heal your heart and allay her fears in that particular area of her life, her emotional growth will stop. Even when she reaches her later years, she may have the emotional maturity of a 12-year-old. And I have to say that that's true too, because my mom passed when I was 17. Okay, I was just fresh out of high school, and I tell you, when I look back, hey Tracy, how you doing? And when I look back on that, I'm like, that's who was running my life, that 17-year-old, because that's where that hurt was, And I kept asking myself, why am I making these decisions like this? I'm not even thinking it all the way through. I'm just like a teenager, just jump right into it. It wasn't until I went to therapy and my therapist, we had got into the inner child work, and she told me, you're letting your 17-year-old make decisions for you, because the decisions and the way you think is like a teenager. And I had to really think about that. So hurt people have the emotional maturity of the age that they receive their hurt. I truly believe that, because I had to work on that in order to be the adult. I had to grow myself up from that 17-year-old and stop. And and the only way I got a chance to do that, I had to forgive. Okay, and it took me a long while to do it, but I did it because I wanted my power back because what happened in my family was not my fault. Okay? So once I realized that 17-year-old was running my life, that's when I got on my knees and I said, Jesus, 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 you got to help me. You got to remove some of this pain from me so that I can get to this 17-year-old, my inner child, and tell her that I will take care of her and I will not let anything happen to her, and that she needs to help me help her forgive. Okay? And that is what I did. And I prayed that prayer, y'all, child, forever until I did. And the day that I know that I forgave this person is the day when I called them on the phone. I was free. Amen, amen, amen. You know, people can believe what they want, you know, but I know in my life, you know, what had happened in my life, you know, I promise God that if you remove some of this pain, that each time I get on my platform, I'm going to tell people how I made it. Okay? And I will keep that promise because I'm going to tell y'all why. Because I don't want to go back. It was too hard to face all of that, forgive, and all of this is why I cannot have too many crazy folks up in my life. I just can't deal with it. It's just it's something that I will not tolerate anymore because I can't go back there. Okay, it was just too hard. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to number 7. Hurt people are often frustrated and depressed because past pain continually spills over into their present consciousness. Wow. That's mostly about what I was talking about. In many instances, they may not be even aware of why they are continually frustrated or depressed because they have coped with pain by compartmentalizing it or layering it over with other things over time. And that is exactly what my therapist told me I was doing. That I put it away, and then every time it comes out, I layer it with anger. I layer it with sadness. I layer it with jealousy. I layer it with mistrust. Okay, so I can't tell you guys how grateful I am for therapy. If you can't afford to go in, and if something in your life is not right and you're wondering why it keeps happening, if you can afford, get a therapist. You can go online, get a life coach, something. You know, you can go online. You don't even have to leave your house, and you and your therapist can do the work right there. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's move. And we're talking about common traits hurt people display in their interactions with others. So we got to move on to number 8 and find out what that one is. Hurt people often erupt with inappropriate emotions because particular words, actions, or circumstances, even touch, and will trigger past wounds. So true. I can relate to this. That's why I can talk about it because even today, guys, this and I know I'm healed a lot from my past, okay? Because I'm sitting up here talking about it and I'm not boo-hooing, okay? And I'm not feeling like it controls me. Before, I could not have done this without staying in therapy for as long as I did, okay? Hurt people often erupt with inappropriate emotions because particular words, action, or circumstances or touch triggers past wounds. That is so true because I could be looking at TV and just out the blue, I go, damn, why did that? It's like I felt that same anger again. But the difference today is I know I have tools now because I tell myself right away, girl, that didn't happen. You didn't forgive the person. There's nothing that you could do about it. Yeah, you could be mad for about a minute, but you got to come on up out of that because you can't stay there. You don't live there anymore. This does not control you. See, I didn't know how to do that back when. But because God put such a great therapist in my life, I have tools now to know what I am doing and how to come back really fast. Okay, because just because you go to a therapist and you spend a lot of time, you are still growing. This is a process, ladies and gentlemen. It's like you just get better and better and better over time. You get more confidence over time. Your self-esteem is high over time. Okay? And the more that you work on yourself, the better it will be, the freer you will be. So you'll recognize these things, when other people do stuff to you, just like I kept saying before I talked to my mentor about this. And she said, have you ever been through anything like that? And so I had to stop and think. So I just have to work on forgiveness for this person, okay? And sometimes for me, that takes just a little bit of time for me. But I'm working on it because what I'm doing is telling you guys, and I'm freeing myself from that. See, I'm talking about it to you, all right? Number 9, hurt people often occupy themselves with busyness, work, performance, and other accomplishments as a way out of compensating for low self-esteem. Others, often ministers, are not motivated by the love for Jesus, but by the drive to accomplish it. Wow, when I read that, I was like, darn, woo! That's something for everybody to have their own opinions about. Okay? Let's move on to number, I believe that was it. Number 9 was it. So, common traits that hurt people display in their interactions with others. So I'm like, you just have to know who you are, and you have to know how to tell yourself, okay, this person is like this. They're not trying to do anything to change themselves. You have to make a decision what you're going to do. So for me, even though it's family, I have to distance myself, and I cannot let this person in my life to take me to down roads I don't want to be on, So because I know this person really well, I just know I'm just going to have to say no. No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Can't do it. Sorry, I don't have it. Whatever I got to do, because this person can trigger old ways of losing it, where I will let that 17-year-old take over, and she is not nice. Okay, so I don't want to go back down that road. So that is one of the reasons. Most of the top topics that I talk about is real because it's happening in my life, and this is a great platform to talk about on the surface, because I don't call no names and stuff like that. On the surface about how you really feel. You could get that out, and then once I get out of here, I'll be like, whew, thank God. I know what to do now, So I just want to thank everybody for being in here, listening to me. And I hope that I have said something to, help anybody that's going to be listening on the replay or listening now to help you in your life. So if you're feeling like something is not quite right or why this person is hurting you and stuff like that, you have to make a decision to remove yourself from people. It's okay to remove yourself from people, because if you don't, you're going to be telling them you could treat me any kind of way and I'll take it. That's how I used to be. Ain't nobody like that today, and ain't nobody want to be like that. Not me, Because, see, I'm not ashamed or afraid to talk about how I feel. I really feel, because I was to 10 these last 2 days wanting to do something. You know what I'm saying? And I kept saying, I don't do this. This not me. Because that 17-year-old was getting ready to come out. You know what I'm saying? And say and do all of the wrong things and make the wrong decisions. And so I kept saying, God, you got to go first, because I don't know what's happening. And so when I decided to call my mentor and we started talking about it, and she said, look some stuff up online about hurt people and how they treat you and this and that. They're hurt because they're hurt. And they're covering it up like I used to do. Okay? That right there allowed me to let forgiveness come in. It's not allowing me to keep letting this person hurt me, because I'm not going to do that. Okay? But I tell you, Gio was a hot girl. So like if this just what I've talked about can help anybody, I'm happy. Okay? So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to the chat. And let's see, Roxanne 59, thank you so much for coming. Nancy B. the Scratcher, thank you so much for coming. And Tracy B., thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. And Roxanne is saying, I needed this. I know, girl, I needed it too. That's why I went live. But I just want to tell y'all, while I have y'all on here, that these are the kind of topics that I really want to cover, and I want to put them into my podcast. So the next time I do a topic like this, I am not going to show my face. I'm just going to just come on and do the talk as a podcast. So I just want you guys to know that, okay? And for all my subscribers that look at my videos and leave me great comments and encouraging comments, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because Boss Life Online could not work if it wasn't for my subscribers and all the other people that are not subscribed to the channel that watches Boss Life Online. I want to say thank you so much. And I will see you on the next podcast. Coming up, I'm going to do one every week, and I'm not sure what day I'm going to be doing it on. I just happen to be free today, and I needed to talk about this, so I came on today. So probably every Wednesday or something like that, I'll probably do the podcast. Okay. So with that said, thank you, Roxanne, for coming, and everybody else. I will see you on the beaches of the world.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah.